When Tyler discovered his college fund was empty 3 days before tuition was due, he thought it was a bank error. Then he saw his cousin Jessica driving a brand new Mercedes. She told him congratulations were in order for her. Tyler had been saving for college since he was 14 years old. He worked weekends at the local grocery store, bagging groceries and stocking shelves. He worked summers doing yard work for neighbors. Every dollar he earned went into a special savings account his Aunt Carol had helped him set up after his parents died in a car accident when he was 13. Aunt Carol had raised Tyler like her own son. She let him live in her house, fed him, clothed him, and loved him unconditionally. She had a daughter, Jessica, who was 2 years older than Tyler. Growing up, Jessica and Tyler were close. They did homework together, watched movies on Friday nights, and talked about their dreams for the future. Jessica wanted to be an influencer. Tyler wanted to be a teacher. By the time Tyler turned 18, he had saved $23,000. It wasn't enough to pay for 4 years of college, but it was enough to get started. He'd gotten accepted to the state university and was supposed to start in the fall. 3 days before the tuition deadline, Tyler went to the bank to transfer money to the university. He logged into his account on his phone. His heart stopped. The balance read $47.12. Tyler refreshed the page. Still $47.12. He called the bank immediately, his hands shaking. There's been a mistake. My account should have over $23,000. The bank representative checked the records. Sir, I'm showing multiple withdrawals over the past 3 months. The account was authorized for joint access. Joint access? What does that mean? It means 2 people could withdraw from the account. You and a Carol Henderson. Aunt Carol. Tyler's chest tightened. Why would Aunt Carol take his money? He drove home immediately. When he pulled into the driveway, he saw Jessica standing next to a shiny new silver Mercedes. She was taking pictures with her phone, posing beside the car. Tyler got out of his car, slowly, staring. Jessica, whose car is that? Jessica turned, her face lighting up. Mine! Can you believe it? Mom bought it for me as an early graduation gift. Tyler felt sick. Mom bought you a car? Yeah. She said I deserve something special for finishing college. Isn't it gorgeous? Tyler's mind raced. A brand new Mercedes that had to cost at least $30,000. His aunt didn't have that kind of money. She worked as a receptionist at a dental office. She'd always struggled to make ends meet. Where did she get the money? Tyler asked quietly. Jessica shrugged. I don't know. She said she'd been saving. Why? Tyler didn't answer. He walked into the house. Aunt Carol was in the kitchen, making dinner. She looked up and smiled when he walked in. Tyler, perfect timing. Dinner's almost ready. Where's my money? Tyler's voice came out flat and cold. Aunt Carol's smile faded. What? My college fund. It's gone. All of it. Aunt Carol set down the spatula she was holding. Her face went pale. She didn't look surprised. She looked caught. Tyler, I can explain. Did you take my money to buy Jessica a car? Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. Aunt Carol's eyes filled with tears. I was going to pay you back. I promise. Jessica needed a car for her new job, and I didn't have the money right now. So I borrowed from your account. I was going to replace it before you needed it. Tyler felt like the ground was disappearing beneath him. That money was for college. Tuition is due in 3 days. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'll figure something out. You stole from me. Tyler's voice broke. You stole my future. Aunt Carol reached for him, but Tyler stepped back. He turned and walked out of the house, his heart shattered into a million pieces. The woman who raised him, the woman he trusted more than anyone in the world. She had betrayed him. Tyler spent that night in his car, parked at a gas station. He couldn't go back to Aunt Carol's house. He couldn't look at her. Couldn't look at Jessica driving around in a car bought with his stolen dreams. He called the university the next morning. I need to defer my enrollment. I don't have the tuition money. The admissions counselor sounded sympathetic. You can defer for one semester, but you'll lose your scholarship if you don't enroll by January. Tyler had worked so hard for that scholarship. It covered half his tuition. If he lost it, college would become nearly impossible. He felt hopeless, trapped, betrayed. Over the next few days, Tyler stayed with his friend Marcus. Marcus's family didn't have much, but they let Tyler sleep on their couch and made sure he had food to eat. "Man, I can't believe your aunt did that," Marcus said one night. "That's messed up." "She raised me," Tyler said, staring at the ceiling. "She was the only family I had left, and she just took everything." Tyler tried to avoid Aunt Carol, but she kept calling, kept texting, kept leaving voicemails saying she was sorry, that she'd fix it, that she loved him. But Tyler didn't respond. He didn't know what to say. Meanwhile, Jessica seemed completely unbothered. She posted pictures of her new car on Instagram every day. She took selfies in the driver's seat. She filmed herself going through drive-thrus. Her captions were things like "blessed" and "living my best life." Tyler scrolled through her posts, feeling rage building inside him. She knew where that money came from. She had to know, but she didn't care. One afternoon, Tyler went back to Aunt Carol's house to pick up his belongings. He didn't want to stay there anymore. He didn't want to be around people who had stolen from him. Aunt Carol was home. She tried to talk to him. "Tyler, please. Let me explain. Let me make this right." "How are you going to make it right?" Tyler asked, his voice hollow. "You don't have $23,000. You spent it. I'll get a loan. I'll work extra hours. You should have thought of that before you stole from me." Aunt Carol's face crumpled. "I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But you're like my son, Tyler. I love you. If you loved me," Tyler said quietly, "you wouldn't have destroyed my future to buy your daughter a car." He packed his things and left. He didn't look back. Tyler picked up extra shifts at work. He tried to save money as fast as possible, but it felt impossible. He needed thousands of dollars in just a few months to make the January deadline. Some nights, Tyler sat in Marcus's living room after everyone went to bed, staring at his acceptance letter to the university. He'd worked so hard, dreamed so big, and now it felt like it was all slipping away. His co-workers at the grocery store noticed he seemed different, quieter, sadder. One of them, an older man named Mr. Chun, asked him what was wrong. Tyler told him the whole story. Mr. Chun shook his head. "Family can hurt you the deepest, but don't give up on your dreams, son. There's always a way." Tyler wanted to believe him, but he didn't see how. One evening, about 2 weeks after everything happened, Tyler was working the register when a woman came through his line. She was dressed nicely, carrying a designer purse. She smiled at him as he scanned her groceries. "You look familiar," she said. "Do I know you?" Tyler shook his head. "I don't think so, ma'am." The woman studied his face. "Wait, are you Carol Henderson's nephew, Tyler?" Tyler's stomach dropped. "Yeah, how do you know my aunt?" "I work with her at the dental office. I'm Dr. Reyes, one of the dentists there." Tyler nodded politely and continued scanning items. Dr. Reyes hesitated. "I heard what happened with your college fund. I'm so sorry." Tyler's throat tightened. "It's fine." "No, it's not," Dr. Reyes said gently. "What she did was wrong." Tyler didn't respond. He finished scanning and told her the total. Dr. Reyes paid, then pulled out a business card and handed it to Tyler. "If you need help, call me. I mean it." Tyler took the card, confused. "Why would you help me?" Dr. Reyes smiled sadly. "Because someone helped me when I needed it, and I believe in paying it forward." She left. Tyler stared at the card in his hand, wondering if maybe, just maybe, there was still hope. Tyler called Dr. Reyes the next day. She invited him to her office. When he arrived, she sat him down and said, "I want to help you get to college, but I need you to do something first." "What?" Tyler asked. "Tell your story." Tyler didn't understand. "What do you mean?" Dr. Reyes explained. She knew a local news reporter who did human interest stories. She thought Tyler's story about losing his parents, working hard to save for college, and having his family betray him would resonate with people. "I can't promise anything," Dr. Reyes said, "but sometimes when people hear stories like yours, they want to help." Tyler hesitated. He didn't want to air his family's problems on TV, but he also didn't have many options left. "Okay," he said, "I'll do it." The interview aired 2 weeks later. Tyler sat in front of camera and told his story. He talked about his parents, about working hard for 5 years, about trusting his aunt, about discovering his money was gone. The reporter asked, "What would you say to your aunt now?" Tyler thought about it. "I'd say I wish she had just asked me. If Jessica needed a car that badly, maybe we could have figured something out together. But she didn't give me that choice. She just took." The story aired on the local evening news. Tyler didn't expect much to come from it, but the next morning, his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Messages from people he didn't know, emails, friend requests. Everyone wanted to help. A GoFundMe page was set up by someone in the community. Within 3 days, it had raised $18,000. Complete strangers donated. $5, $20. Some gave $100. Tyler couldn't believe it. People who didn't even know him were helping him get to college. The university saw the news story, too. They called Tyler and told him they'd hold his scholarship and give him an extension on the tuition deadline. Tyler cried when he hung up the phone. For the first time in weeks, he felt hope. But the story also had another effect. People in the community were angry at Aunt Carol. They called her out on social media. Some left negative reviews for the dental office where she worked. Dr. Reyes called Tyler one afternoon. "Your aunt lost her job. The dental office let her go because of all the negative attention." Tyler felt a complicated mix of emotions. Part of him felt she deserved it. But another part of him, the part that still remembered her kindness when his parents died, felt sad. Jessica called him, crying, "Tyler, people are attacking my mom online. This is your fault. You ruined her life." "I ruined her life?" Tyler's voice was cold. "She stole $23,000 from me. She destroyed my chance at college. And you're driving around in the car she bought with my money. Don't talk to me about ruined lives." Jessica hung up. A few days later, Tyler received a knock on Marcus's door. It was Aunt Carol. She looked terrible. Her eyes were red and swollen. Her hair was messy. She'd clearly been crying. "Tyler, please," she said. "I'm so sorry. I lost my job. I don't know what to do. Jessica won't talk to me. Everyone hates me." Tyler stood in the doorway, his arms crossed. "What do you want from me?" "Forgiveness," Aunt Carol whispered. "I made a terrible mistake. The worst mistake of my life. But I love you. You're my family." Tyler felt tears burn his eyes. "You should have thought about that before you betrayed me." Aunt Carol broke down sobbing. I know. I'm so sorry." Tyler watched her cry. Part of him wanted to slam the door in her face. But another part, a bigger part, remembered the woman who held him at his parents' funeral. The woman who made him breakfast every morning. The woman who taught him how to drive. She'd made a terrible choice, but she was still human. "I don't forgive you yet," Tyler said quietly, "but maybe someday I will." Aunt Carol looked up, hope flickering in her eyes. "But you need to make this right," Tyler continued. "You need to sell that car and pay back every donor who helped me. You need to own what you did." Aunt Carol nodded. "I will. I promise." Tyler closed the door. He didn't know if she'd keep her promise, but at least he'd said what he needed to say. 3 months later, Tyler started college. He moved into the dorms with money from the GoFundMe and his own savings. He carried his boxes up 3 flights of stairs, set up his tiny room, and sat on his bed, looking around. He'd made it. Against all odds, he'd made it. His first semester was hard, adjusting to classes, managing his time, being away from everything familiar. But Tyler worked harder than ever. He remembered why he was there, what he'd sacrificed, what others had sacrificed to help him. He made the dean's list his first semester. Aunt Carol did sell Jessica's car. She used the money to pay back donors to the GoFundMe. She got a new job at a smaller dental office. She sent Tyler messages every few weeks, apologizing again, asking how he was doing. Tyler responded sometimes, not always. He was still healing, still processing the betrayal. But slowly, over time, the anger faded. Not completely, but enough that Tyler could breathe without feeling that crushing weight on his chest. Jessica reached out once, months later. "I'm sorry," she wrote. "I should have said no to the car. I should have known where the money came from. I was selfish." Tyler appreciated the apology, but he didn't respond. Some relationships couldn't be repaired, and that was okay. Dr. Reyes became a mentor to Tyler. She checked in on him regularly, offered advice, and reminded him that good people still existed in the world. "You could have become bitter," she told him one day over coffee. "But you didn't. You chose to keep going. That takes strength." Tyler thought about her words often. He realized that betrayal could have destroyed him, could have made him angry and resentful forever. But he'd chosen differently. He'd chosen to accept help, to keep working, to believe that his future was still worth fighting for. In his second year of college, Tyler started volunteering with a program that helped foster kids prepare for college. He knew what it was like to feel alone, to have your plans fall apart, to wonder if anyone cared. He wanted to be the person for others that Dr. Reyes and the community had been for him. One afternoon, Tyler was helping a 17-year-old girl fill out scholarship applications. She looked at him and said, "Why are you helping me? You don't even know me." Tyler smiled. "Because someone helped me when I needed it, and now it's my turn to help you." The girl's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you." Tyler realized in that moment that the betrayal he'd experienced had changed him, but not in the way Aunt Carol's actions might have. It had made him kinder, more empathetic, more determined to be the kind of person who lifts others up instead of tearing them down. Years later, Tyler graduated with honors. He became a high school teacher, just like he'd always dreamed. He taught history and coached the debate team. His students loved him because he genuinely cared about them. On graduation day, Tyler walked across the stage to receive his diploma. In the crowd, he saw Marcus and his family cheering. He saw Dr. Reyes smiling proudly. He saw several of the donors who had helped him, people who had become friends over the years. And in the back, standing quietly, he saw Aunt Carol. She wasn't cheering. She wasn't smiling. She was just watching with tears streaming down her face. Tyler didn't wave, didn't acknowledge her, but he didn't look away either. After the ceremony, Aunt Carol approached him carefully. "Tyler, I just wanted to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you." Tyler looked at her, really looked at her. She'd aged in the past 4 years. More gray hair, more lines around her eyes. She looked tired, sad, but also humbled. "Thank you," Tyler said simply. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness," Aunt Carol said quietly. "But I want you to know that seeing you succeed, knowing you made it despite what I did, it's the only thing that's given me any peace." Tyler took a deep breath. "I'm working on forgiving you. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying." Aunt Carol nodded, tears falling freely now. "That's more than I deserve." Tyler walked away, his diploma in hand, surrounded by people who had genuinely supported him, people who had shown him what real love looked like. He thought about everything he'd been through, the pain, the betrayal, the struggle, the triumph, and he realized something beautiful. Betrayal had tried to destroy him, but instead it had revealed his strength. It had shown him who he really was and who he wanted to become. Tyler looked up at the sky, thinking of his parents. He hoped they were proud. He hoped they knew he'd made it. And he smiled, because he understood now. Life doesn't always give you revenge. It doesn't always punish the people who hurt you in the ways you think they deserve. But it gives you something better. It gives you the chance to rise above, to become stronger, to prove that your story isn't defined by what others do to you. It's defined by what you do next. And that's the kind of justice that lasts forever.